How we going? Welcome back to Fate Zero, episode 18. Today, out of what, 26 episodes or something? There's really not that many left overall of this season. Now, as for people who don't know, I believe all I'm planning to do for this series is Fate Zero, and then I think I want to do Unlimited Blade Works. Maybe the movies. Like, I don't know much about the movies, the Heaven's Feel movies or whatever. I'm doing all the Ufotable stuff, basically. I kind of want to, like, see the experience that they have put out. And depending on how much I like the series, I might do other stuff after that. But, like, that's my current plan. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people have their ideas of, like, you know, they think you should do this order, then this order, then this one, and then this one, or you won't get, like, the ideal experience. But I like, this is the experience I want to go for. And you know, if I just, like, commit to something and go with my gut, it turns out great. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, I mean, that means, you know, we're almost, well, I'm not going to say almost finished Fate Zero yet, but we're over halfway through, definitely. We're almost 2/3 of the way through, I feel like. And so I'm seeing this show ramp up. I'm seeing it get to, like, really cool stuff. I'm excited to see what Unlimited Blade Works has in store for me. Obviously, I know Fate Stay Night is, like, that's, like, the main... I don't know anything. That's the thing. But, like, in my head, Fate Stay Night is considered, like, the main story, right? Like, that was the original thing, I think, that everything was adapted from, and then the other things are, like, extra things. So, the reason I'm saying this is because I know that there's a Fate Stay Night anime adaptation, at least one, maybe two, that I've heard mixed things about overall. But I also know there's the visual novel. I've thought about possibly, if I really like this series, I could check out the visual novel after I've done these anime series, and see if I, you know, get into that. And then, look, I'm sure if I get super into it, I bet you I'd pick up the gacha game. Like, that's just the kind of person I am. I am, like, a big gacha game player. I love gacha games. So, and, you know, I have been recently, like, in the market for something I want to say new, but it won't be new, obviously, but something else. So, but I don't want to touch the gacha game until at least I've done these reaction series, because I don't want to, like, spoil myself on these characters. I really like how blind I am for this show. Like, Fate Zero has had so much more intensity for me, not knowing anything about, like, I as I've said, I know a couple characters that survive. I, like, Rin and Sakura, I'm pretty sure do, but, like, everything else, I have no idea. And I know Saber's gonna be in the future one, but I don't even know, like, you know, Saber could still die here. I don't know how it works with spirits and stuff. Like, maybe she could still die in this war and come back in a future one, or maybe she dies in this war, but then they get the Holy Grail and use the Holy Grail to wish her back alive. I don't know how many, like, wishes, like, does the Holy Grail grant a wish every war? Or is it like, there's only one wish for it, but they keep fighting for it, but they can never, like... Because they said the thing last episode about, like, the Holy Grail activates once you also kill all of the spirits or whatever. So if you don't kill, you know, your own spirit, or have your own spirit kill himself, then you don't get the wish. So maybe, like, the wish has never been granted because they've gotten to the end but never been able to do that final task or whatever. I don't know. Because, I mean, then if the wish happens this time, theoretically that means Saber died, right? But I know Saber's in future stuff, so we'll see. But the point is, I'm really enjoying this series, and I'm enjoying not knowing what the fuck is going on. And, like, it's a really good series in terms of it's got a lot of complexity to it, but I feel like it's also doing a good job at the, like, that I can follow it just based on, you know, following the emotions of the characters or following like how they're reacting to a circumstance, I can know how good or bad it is. You know what I mean? Whereas like I don't need to follow every little bit of what they're saying because the show is doing a good job at signaling how I should feel about a lot of the stuff that's going on, which sounds, you know, like that could sound like a negative to some people, but to me, I feel like that's good writing, especially when you have a really complicated series. You don't want to lose the audience, and so you want to make sure that the audience, even when they're confused, have something to latch on to. You know, like Steins Gate is a good example. The first like third of Steins Gate or half or something is like incredibly dense exposition, like really, really dense, like research and exposition and mystery, and you don't really know what the fuck is going on. But it connects you with the character relationships and silly things that they're going through, and like silly character gimmicks and stuff. So it keeps the audience, and obviously the mystery of like what the fuck's going on with this is a big part of it, but it is keeping you connected with the characters so that once we get to the real shit and you finally start to get answers on what's going on, they never lost you. You know, they had you the entire time, just for different reasons. I feel like Fate is kind of doing that as well. I'm connected to these characters. I really love these characters. So anyway, long intro. Let's just watch the episode. This is Fate Zero, episode 18. Where are we? Is this a young Kiritsugu? Is this Kiritsugu? Kiritsugu?
Shirley!
Shirley?
Sorry I'm late.
Cute? What is this episode? There's no intro today either?
They cursed the girl and transformed her into a crab.
That's where
Jesus.
it comes from?
They tell me that if I go there too often, I'll end up cursed for life.
You'll be a crab.
You're kidding.
Of course they are. You're not an outsider to them anymore.
Hmm.
In the village, they just treat you like you're my little brother.
Your little brother, huh?
That's okay.
You know, Carrie, you really
She's a
settled
cute
in
girl. You can be her little
Yeah.
brother. That'd be good.
Back when you first
You have a good
arrived,
reputation,
everyone
I
used to really bully you, saying you had a weird name.
Hey! And it was your big idea to call me Carrie.
Carrie.
Well, yeah, because your actual name is really hard to say. Carrie...
Kiritsugu. Jeez.
Kiritsugu!
Close.
This is cute. What? This is a, like, I guess we're just gonna learn about Kiritsugu in this episode.
Okay.
It's just unexpected. Feels out of nowhere.
Hey, Dad. Amazing. These flowers don't wither.
They
That's
don't
because
wither.
I've altered the flow of time. It
Whoa.
will never grow beyond this, but they will never
Jeez.
die. The big question is whether or not we can get the same theory to work on humans.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the wait!
Shirley.
Shirley's
Check it out! It's my first successful flower.
smaller than I thought she
Watching
was.
closely, she does seem to have the natural gift to be a mage.
Aw, come on now, that'd be great! I think if you had a little bit of help, you could do it.
Shirley's cute. What happened to her?
It's still too early for you.
Oh.
There are dangers.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
only let Shirley try it because she has
freezing
the necessary
time.
knowledge and
can you at least let him, like, be around for the conversations and just, like, listen?
Father Simon, why won't you try to understand?
Father Simon.
Shirley, let's talk inside.
I don't like how attached they're getting
Dad
me to
should spend
Shirley.
some time with the villagers too.
I'll get possessed by a demon someday. Check this out. He gave this to me yesterday.
Whoa.
Says I should always keep it near me.
A blade?
He told me
Like a
it's
holy
powerful
blade?
talisman.
Huh.
Not at all. I realize that magical research
Oh,
like he
you
does
guys aren't
isn't
actually related?
Exactly normal. Actually, I think he's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I guess that is what they were talking about at the start.
Are you sure you should be?
Using that special blade to cut a fruit open. That's great.
Well, see, it's really amazing magic.
Yeah.
You're doing it too, Shirley.
The medicines he makes could make human beings effectively immortal.
Mm-hmm. Aww.
See, I'm not his student.
I mean,
Far
well,
from it.
that's what students
So we
do. They
thought
fail
Simon says bad
sometimes.
things. You do realize that everything he's working on now, he plans for you to continue.
I do think that's true.
It's just, hey, come with me.
Oh. I'm bracing myself for this adorable story to be tragic. Because, I mean, Kiritsugu is not a fully well-adjusted guy. I don't imagine his backstory is just full of joy for him to be doing what he's doing. This is beautiful.
If you decide to take up your dad's work, what do you think you'll use it for?
Ridding the world of evil.
World-changing power. So, go change the world. You can do it. Then, I guess I'll have to wait until you grow up to see what you're gonna do with your power.
She's not gonna be able to see it. She's gonna be
I'll stay with you
dead.
until that day comes.
No! Oh.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Oh. God. Maybe there'll be an experiment done on her and she'll die.
You did workshop last night, did you?
I don't think he did.
No, I didn't.
I see.
Was it her? Did Shirley do it?
Stay here. Don't go into the village today.
I think you should listen to that.
Into him. Shirley's late. I wonder why.
Oh no. Oh, was that their last moment together? So scared. I'm so scared. Surely she can't be dead. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, God. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Gary.
She can still speak. Is she getting in the...
To prove it worked.
Oh.
Research.
You used it on yourself?
It didn't work.
Oh, fuck. Oh, the blade! You have to kill her. Oh.
You have to kill me before it's too late.
Oh my God.
Please do it. Can't hold it back anymore. Hurry!
Oh, fuck, man. Jesus Christ.
Are you certain it was Shirley who did this?
He didn't do it. He didn't kill her. But, I mean, I don't blame him.
Gary,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit, dude. It's just a zombie episode. Oh my God. Zombies that can use swords. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. It was the priest that did that. Oh my God, dude. I hate that.
Father, Simon?
Yeah. Oh? Looks like Percival DeRollo coming for him. Whoa! Oh. Is this the woman from the flashback? I don't remember. There was like a woman who like mentored him or something in a flashback. Is that this badass? She's awesome.
Who are you?
Don't you think you should worry about yourself first?
I don't know. There's a village burning
You
around
just
him.
sit there like that.
This is awful.
So what's...
Surely you must have heard of them before. You would know them as vampires.
Vampire.
The
Oh,
name we use is dead apostles.
vampires, dead
They
apostles.
drink blood to increase their numbers. Nearly everyone living on this island has become one now.
Yep. So
And
you got to
here we
burn it
are,
all
having
down.
to clean up the mess. Those who believe beyond the shadow of a doubt that it's all right to slaughter anyone who defies the will of God. They'll kill anyone they even suspect of having had their blood sucked.
No.
The other group is from the Mages Association.
Hmm.
They're part of who made such bizarre things as the dead apostles to themselves.
Oh.
All to ourselves. They'll kill anyone they
Yep.
suspect of knowing the secret.
So you're kind
They'll
of
do
in danger no
anything
matter
to cover
what.
this up.
So then, whose side are you on?
Neither, so by the sounds of
I'm
it.
something akin to a salesman to the Mages Association.
Ah.
All right. I'm looking for a mage who's marked for sealing.
Marked for sealing.
I suppose
So,
that word doesn't really mean anything.
Kiritsugu
There
ends
was
up
someone
being
who
sealed,
became
right?
A dead apostle first, turns people into those creatures.
Hmm.
The trigger that started their transformation. Can you think of any likely spots where I should look?
He's packing. What was that blue? Whoa! Oh, it just creates fire. That's cool.
Oh, good. There you are.
Oh, did he turn him in?
Well, thank goodness.
Is the woman gonna be here?
That's most unfortunate. But you can't change what's already happened.
Oh my
It just
god.
means Shirley gave me an answer I was looking for, that's all.
Oh, Jesus, man.
I'm going to have to reconsider my entire theory. Kiritsugu,
Jeez. He didn't
let's
really
save this
answer your
matter for
question,
another time.
Kiritsugu.
Now, I'm sorry, Kiritsugu, but we don't have time to
It
let you gather your
doesn't sound like you're sorry.
Come on.
I'm gonna
Oh!
do it. There's a bounded field around
Did
the
he
forest.
kill him?
It'll take a little bit of time to break through it, but I'll be able to get in.
Oh.
I have to be the one.
Oh my god. Did he stab him with that knife? The holy knife? Yeah. Oh, fuck, man.
Tell me, Carrie,
Oh.
what do you want to grow up to be?
Jesus, man! This is so dark. But, I mean, I knew it was coming. I wasn't under the illusion it'd be anything else. Oh, man. Well, you got the boat.
That bounded field.
If this man had escaped, he'd have continued his dead apostles' research somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty crappy reason for a kid to kill his father.
Yeah.
You're a good person.
She could have done it.
You can decide the rest for yourself.
I like
Wanna
this
pick
woman.
anything?
Damn, man. This is a crazy episode. Distant memories, sometime, somewhere. Cool. Alright. That was a crazy episode. It was really, really well done. I feel like there's a lot that they gotta do in this show. And yet, they like take an entire episode to dedicate to this backstory, and you know, maybe another episode after this, to dedicate to this backstory. Which, excuse me. Sometimes when people see that happen, they think, like people. I'm thinking about a few examples of like times where a show has done stuff like this and there's like a lot to get done in a short amount of episodes. And so people will be like, oh my god, it's gonna be so rushed. And then when they're watching the final episodes, they're anticipating it being rushed. And so then they act like it is rushed, you know? I feel like that happened with Arcane Season 2. Where it's like, people were like, there's no way they can get all this story told in this season. And then they watched the season and like as it was playing out, they were like, oh, there's not enough episodes. They needed more episodes. They needed a whole nother season. And then so by the end they're like, oh, they rushed through it all. But like genuinely, I don't believe they rushed through anything. Like I feel like the pacing of that story was about where the pacing should have been for that story. It made it so every episode had like an appropriate amount of stuff going on. And I'm feeling the same way with this show, where it's like we're coming, you know, there's like, what, probably 6, 7, 8 episodes left of this show or something. And it feels like there's a fuck ton to do. But at the same time, I feel like that all that means is that these episodes are gonna have like a lot of cool shit in it. You know, I feel like they know what they're doing, and there's gonna be some cool shit going on. So I'm looking forward to it. But this was a good episode. I enjoyed learning Kiritsugu's backstory. I was sad the entire time because I knew it was going to end in tragedy. Of course, it had to. I mean, we see the person that Kiritsugu is now, so it's obvious that everything's going to go wrong. And it was also obvious that it was going to, you know, funnel through Shirley because she was so sweet and great. But still was sad and hard to watch. Sorry, I'm still like coming off my sickness right now. So like my nose is blocked a little bit right now, and I've got a bit of a raw throat. So apologies for any sickness related stuff in this discussion. But yeah, they did a good job at showing, like, at getting me attached to her. It was cute. The episode looked really nice as well. I liked the color scheme of this episode. And yeah, I mean, like, I didn't know how it was going to go down. And it's interesting the way that it did. Because at first, when she took the thing and turned herself into a zombie, I thought, oh, well, it's interesting because I feel like this is just like an unfortunate situation, but this wasn't really anyone's fault, quote unquote, you know, because she just, you know, she was feeling defensive of Kiritsugu's dad. She wanted to sort of defend his honor or whatever, and so she did like a dumb thing and went in there and took it to prove him right, but then ended up doing something really horrible. But it's just like, that seemed like just an unfortunate circumstance. But finding out like later, it was like, no, he was like researching specifically these dead apostles, and it's kind of like this horrible thing, and he also didn't feel much remorse for it either, and he kind of expected this sort of thing might happen, so he was very disconnected emotionally from it. Then it really is like, no, this is a bad guy. Like it wasn't just like, oh, it just happened to happen. It was actually kind of like the circumstances at which it happened was a coincidence, an unfortunate situation, but it wasn't something that he was like, what? No, that's horrible. You know, it was actually something he was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Anyway, that gives us information, you know? He didn't care that much about the result, and that's what made it kind of awful, was that he's kind of doing this research without thinking about... And I mean, I think that's also like a thing... That's something that humanity... immortality stuff goes over quite a lot, which is like... The closer you get to immortality, the further you get away from humanity, almost. And they go over that theme, I feel like, in a lot of stuff that touches on immortality. I mean, you have, like... Frieren is a really cool example, where it's like... Elves have such an incredibly long lifespan that they kind of feel emotionally disconnected a lot of the time, because it's hard to feel connected when... you know, when everything around you is constantly changing, and like the world is changing around you, but you're staying the same. And so like, I feel like him, the father, like studying immortality, he's looking at the bigger picture so much, he's not seeing the more localized things around him. He doesn't really care about his son that much, except for his son's role in his own research and stuff like that. So it's sad. It's very sad, but not unexpected. But yeah, it was cool. I like the woman that comes and saves him. I think she's probably the one that gave him those bullets many episodes ago, right? Do I have... I don't know what episode it would have been, but it was like... I feel like, you know, towards the end-ish of the first core. Maybe not towards the end of it. Maybe like halfway through it. What does all this stuff say? No, that's not what I'm looking for. I want to see if I can find, like, maybe they gave her name. at some point. What does that say? Oh, this might be it. Maybe? Almost. I think I'm like almost there. Reality marbles? No, I think it might be the next episode then from this one that I've got here. Fate Zero, here we go. Origin rounds? Yep. Your origin. Okay, there's no... I don't think there's any name here. So maybe we haven't... Maybe we don't have a name. But I feel like it was back in episode 8. There was a flashback and it might have been of her, and she's the one who gave him the origin rounds or whatever. Perhaps that was who it is. Because she seemed really cool back then. All I know is there was a really cool lady back then that we saw like a glimpse of, and in this episode we see a really cool lady, and they're both connected to Kiritsugu, so I'm guessing it's the same woman. But it's been a while since I've seen that. I mean, that was episode 8. That would have been, 2.5 months ago I watched that episode, so... yeah, anyway. It was a good episode. I don't have much to say in the discussion other than what I've already said, but I enjoyed it a lot, so thanks for watching. Support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length, early access, and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.